Hello, and thank you for watching The Righteous Kitchen, a cooking and baking blog found at www.therighteouskitchen.blogspot.com. I am getting ready to make sweet potato fries with a chipotle aioli dipping sauce. And I want to start with the sauce because we're going to keep that refrigerated while I'm frying the sweet potatoes. So, a little tip. When you're working with this chipotle, you're only going to use a little bit of it. So I always have a plastic baggie ready because I'm going to freeze the excess. And just by having this baggie out here encourages me to get it in the freezer right away so I don't waste it. Alright, so to start, I have my can of chipotles in adobe sauce. And I am going to strain them. I just want the really smooth sauce. I don't want the pepper skins or the seeds or anything else in there. So I just use a spoon and press everything through a strainer. You could even, these leftover skins and seeds, you could even put some water in there and not waste it. Maybe use it to cook up some rice would be good. So what you're left with is just the paste here. No seeds, no skins. So let me set this aside. Just right like that. All right, so I have a small bowl here. And I've got big heaping tablespoon. That's probably about 1/4 of a cup. Let's say this is, we'll just make a cup's worth. I'm going to say that's a cup. And it's not going to take too much of this sauce. So I'm just going to say a tablespoon of the chipotle sauce. Just stir it in there. Now you could put as little or as much as you want in here. And I'll give it a little taste. Try another tablespoon. That's pretty good. I'm going to also put in just a little bit of righteous seasoning. About 1/4 of a teaspoon, a little bit of paprika. Gives it a nice deeper color. That's pretty good. The heat kind of sneaks up on you. So there it is. This is ready. So I'm just going to go ahead and refrigerate this. And then go ahead and, well, I have this baggie and everything here. Here's a little tip when you're pouring ingredients into a baggie and you don't want them to spill. Just use a cup as your holder. And I probably have enough sauce left over for a second batch some other time. And you'll want to write what this is because you'll forget. So this is chipotle. So I'm going to refrigerate the sauce, toss this into the freezer, and then I'll be back to start prepping the sweet potatoes for sweet potato fries. Okay, I am back to prep the sweet potatoes for the sweet potato fries. And I like to go ahead and peel them. And when you're peeling, I always do it just like this on the chopping block. And then I, just kind of aim for this in between here so you're not coming back and ripping off a nail. And then just take it right to the board. You have more stability like this as opposed to doing this number. So keep it on the board. And then all of your scraps are in a pile and not flying everywhere. All right, let me get this cleaned up. I wonder if they've ever fried up sweet potato skins like potato peelings. That might be something to try. Kind of dust them in powder and fry them up. All right, now this is a little bit tricky to cut. I'm just going to go with the shape of the potato because I see right here I could get some nice slices. And then I'm going to take these and then just slice them probably about 1/4 of an inch wide. Okay, so this is a large sweet potato. I'm not going to fry these all today, but I'm going to get them coated and I'll probably put some on a baking sheet and freeze them. So for when the next time that I want sweet potato fries, they'll be ready. So I'm just going to take about half of these for right now. So I got a couple of handfuls. And what I'm going to do is dust these with Wondra flour. That's a super fine flour. And I like it because it just gives a little coating. You hardly even notice that it's there. So I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of that, and then I'm going to use 1/2 teaspoon of my Righteous seasoning, and I'm just going to toss these around. Now you can see they're barely coated. You won't even notice them except for when you eat these, they're going to be a very slight crunch to them. They're going to be perfect, and they're kind of absorbing a little bit more as we go. But I'm going to do the same thing to this other batch. A tablespoon of the Wanderers and a half a teaspoon of the Righteous Seasoning. And then I'm going to lay them out on a parchment paper baking tray. I'll come back and show you. But let me get the oil started on in my frying pan, and then I'll come back and get these prepped for the freezer. All right, hold on just a second here. So what we would do, they're coated, just scatter them around. You don't really want them touching each other too much. So these are going to go into the freezer, and then when they're completely solid frozen, I'm just going to put them in a baggie. Okay. It'll be nice to have those prepped when I want sweet potato fries the next time. They're already seasoned and ready to go. And the longer these set, the more coating sticks to them. Okay, I'll meet you at the frying pan, so we'll go ahead and start frying these up. I have the oil heating up in a cast iron pan. It's just enough to shallow fry the sweet potatoes. I have my seasoned sweet potatoes here. I have extra Righteous Seasoning on the shaker spout, and then I have a little shaker of paprika. You could also use chili powder, would be good. And then I have over here my draining rack and a spatula is all laid out. So everything is ready for when these fries start cooking. You want everything in place and ready to go. And we'll test one, and it's nice and bubbly, so that's a good indicator. And what I like to do is use this spider to put the sweet potatoes in the oil, and you're going to have less of a chance of the oil popping you. We don't want to overcrowd. Just put a few more in. It's a good sizzle. And I think I am going to, instead of using the paprika, I think I'm going to go ahead and use chili powder. Look how beautiful. You can see that there's a little bit of a slight crispy crunch on the exterior. And they're not limp. So what I'm going to do is, while they're warm, you just hit it with some Righteous Seasoning. and a pinch of the chili powder. And those could sit there till the next batch is done. All right, so we're just gonna put them right in here. And they only take a few minutes to fry up. So this is all I'm gonna make for right now. Oh, very nice. All right, these are nice. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the heat and get this back out. Oh, they're wonderful. You can see how nice and crispy they are. All right, so we have them there. Let me grab the seasoning. I'll move this pan so we can get a good look at this. Okay, so a little bit of righteous seasoning. And you could use paprika or chili powder, but I like to sprinkle ideally in a little shaker because you get a better control. Look at the control of that out of the shaker versus when I did this number with my hands. You just get a nicer look with the shaker. Oh, those are nice, but perfect. A little bit of that crunch. Because of the Wondra made these super crispy. Not overly crispy, but a slight crisp. Perfect. All right, I am going to make a bacon blue cheeseburger to go with these fries. I have the brioche bun. I've got these beautiful, crispy, crunchy sweet potato fries. Look at that, perfect. Very good. Okay, I got that. Put a little bit of this chipotle aioli sauce down. And then I'm gonna put the mushrooms and red onion. And we have the bacon blue cheese component. And I am going to use 2 slices of bacon right over the top. And then maybe a little bit more blue cheese crumbles, just so we know they're there. A little bit of the chipotle aioli, then right on top. And then extra dipping sauce for the sweet potatoes. I'll let you enjoy that while I wash my hands real quick. Isn't that beautiful? That is a gourmet burger, if I ever saw one. Look at that. Tell me that that doesn't look like beef. That is a perfectly charred burger with great tasting fries. Those fries. Man. I want to show you something on this turkey burger. A lot of times people don't like them because they're bland and they don't have the coloring of beef. But this has the caramelization, it has the color. And look how juicy that is. Look. I don't make dry turkey burgers. They're fantastic. Look at that. All right, I'm going to try this. Look at that. Oh, that's so good. I'm telling you. Look at all that juice. I need to have my own restaurant, you guys. Thanks for watching.